Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. How are you guys doing today? Let's wait just a few seconds, I would say, just for some people to get tuned. I see some people, they already join us from the Zoom. How is trading going so far, guys? Any particular trades you are participating in? I see some names, they join us regularly. So that's fantastic. Guys, just to confirm, is the sound okay to you? Just please make sure, just type a quick yes or no, just in case you have a sound difficulties before we get started. So let's get started. And just to make sure that you understand this webinar, it's for general information only, and it doesn't intend to give any personal advice to anyone. So here we do market analysis, and I think some people, they are not able to type on the chart. Let me guys attend. Guys, can you type anything on the chart just to make sure? Okay, now it's better. Okay, so let's just make sure that everyone is has subscribed on the YouTube channel, guys. It's important to keep updated with the videos we post. For those who haven't subscribed on the Instagram account, please make sure you click the link I'm sharing with you, and you just subscribe on the Instagram and also on the Telegram. Whenever we are going live, we put it on the Telegram, so it's very easy and very good reminder for you. Okay, and as I always say, because we put too much effort to make these videos and the preparation, we will appreciate to give us a like on the YouTube channel. And if you haven't followed yet the Global Admirals on YouTube, just please make sure you do it. So without going in more details about the social media, let's have a look at the news for today and the major headlines later on. So what do we expect today and this week? We have the inflation rate in Germany, which previously it was 7.5%, now expected a rise to 7.8%. So we will see what will happen. This is going to be at 1 p.m. GMT time. And for tomorrow, again, some news events from Europe, consumer confidence in Japan, and the GDP in Canada. So here they expect to see a growth rate annualized by 1.4% since the last outcome. So we will see how the market will react. But honestly, guys, the markets will just get ready for the non-farm payroll event. It's going to be the first Friday of the calendar month. So we know that the non-farm payrolls is coming out. every Friday, the first Friday of each month, unless this Friday it's the first of the month. So that's a rare occasion. So usually on every Friday we see this event, and it's a major event for those who are new to trading and you don't know. They measure the employment change in the US, and it's a leading indicator for the US economy, and it's very sensitive. The price is very sensitive in the markets around this event. So we see a lot of spikes. Usually when we do intraday trading, we don't hold positions. If you are a 5-minute trader, 15-minute trader, we don't hold positions around this event, because the volatility is massive and the spikes can be so rough to just waste our positions. So let's have a look at the top headlines for today. At Jackson's Hole, where central bankers got economic risk in COVID wave. A different take on the US economy. Maybe it isn't really shrinking. Investors ramp up bid against stock market as summer rally. Pfizer stocks pivot sports investors to shore up difference. China's industrial profit falls on COVID-19 measures, bad weather. Violent clashes in Libya reignite fears of civil war. Russia moves to reinforce its start assault on Ukraine. Airlines keep flight cuts. Other car industry house drag on. Europe's energy crisis threatens glass production, and Ukraine grain exports surpass 1 million tons under UN deal. Okay, so these are the news for today, and let's flip it to the MT5 platform, which is our focus. It's the trading. So let me just fix it a little bit here. All righty, so pound US dollars. Guys, please type the pairs you would like to see. Usually I go through all the pairs, but if it's something you are trading or you are interested more, just type it on the chat below. Hello to those who just joined us now. I hope you guys had a good weekend so far and you are ready to start the trading week. So, pound US dollar market retest last week this support level with this bullish engulfing. Candle. And if you recall, I talked about this particular price action. Usually, if you plot any MACD indicator, for example, or maybe stochastic and RSI won't show it, but the MACD indicator will show you clear divergence here. The price is double topping and double bottoming, and the indicator it's creating this sort of higher lows. So in many occasions, this indicates that buying pressure comes in the market. But if you remember, I talked to you about the weekly chart. It's bearish. Weekly chart is down. Daily is down. So if we're going to go to the 4-hour charts and look for buys, we make sure we have a higher high and higher low, 1, 2, 3, 4 points. And then on the next pullback, we initiate the first position to the upside. And this didn't happen on the 4-hour chart. So I assume that no one got any trades around here. On Friday, until during the Asian session and the London session, the markets, they were bullish against the US dollar. We had this higher high, but at 5 p.m. when Powell spoke, the US dollar becomes so optimistic. So we saw this bearish engulfing, strong, massive bearish engulfing, here, and since then the market start moving to the downside. Now we don't know what it's going to happen today, but most likely we will see that this may be a beginning of a new trend to the downside. If we go on the weekly chart, let's have a look where it's the next level of support, and it's right here. So this is the level where we expect the price to react. So we have all this space to move and make sales until the price is going to come here. So this is one pair to have to our watch list. Let's go to the Euro US dollar. Euro shows some strength in general last week, and we see at the end of the week, actually, it was very strong. We have this pin bar here, but it didn't surpass, it didn't move through this major support. We had these tails here, this rejection, which we didn't see them on the pound. If you go on the daily chart, on the pound, sorry, we had this, but the bearish engulfing was so strong and it moved away from this inside candle. So we had some strong momentum in this pair, weakness in the pound, strength in the US dollar, which we don't have it on the euro. So we can see the market on the 4-hour chart. We see that we didn't have any higher highs and higher lows. The market false broke up. The market didn't make any higher close than this one here. You see, it's just hovering around. Now, because of this lower low now in the market, we can see some sort of reaction around these areas, and then we can see the market just selling off. Okay, it's not very clear like pound is, but it has also bearish implications. So keep an eye on that as well. USDJPY market on the weekly chart, we are in a strong uptrend, as you can see, and we talked about this uptrend pretty much the last couple of months. So we had only few sale positions around here because we had the lower highs and lower lows, and we had a good structure which we could take advantage of any sales. But now the market makes a higher high, as you can see here. So higher high, higher low. So the market is trying to make its way up, and we said that if the market is going to close above this area, we're going to look for buys, and you can start buying. You have all this space. Okay, you use your checklist. I share the checklists many times. It's on YouTube as well. You can have a look, guys. On the 4-hour charts, we didn't have any opportunity here to participate. Maybe on the 1-hour chart for those who are trading lower time frames. Generally speaking, if the market is very strong, if the currency pair is very strong, we just see a straight impulse to the predominant direction. Okay, but again, this has bullish implication at least until we retest this level here. And USDCHF, this one here, it's more clear because the next strong level of resistance, it's up here. So we have this room to move if the market is going to keep the bullishness. So we have this room to move until this level. Of course, the price doesn't just go all the time in a straight direction without retracements, as we see here. Usually we see the retracements, okay, which allow us to participate in the market. And if you see a sort of retracement aligned with this trend line, or if you have EMAs, 9 and 20 EMA, I suppose they work well for this strong market. So we can initiate some positions based on our checklist. We have a trend line or EMAs, we have the horizontal, we have the trending market as well. And then maybe if we have the FIB retracement, as we show many times the Fibonacci, so we can start looking for buys. Aussie, this now is the lowest point, that swing, so we move our support here. The market last Friday end up with this strong bearish engulfing on the during the Asian session and the Sydney session. We had this maybe some opportunities on the 15 minutes and 5-minute charts. I don't see anything, not even on the 1-hour chart. So we didn't have any major pullback. The market is just pushing to the downside. We will see what happened here. Anyhow, the non-farm payroll anticipation, even on Friday, can bring more bullishness into the US dollar. And if that's going to be the case, then we can see the market retesting these levels here. If we're going to break and close below this support, then this can be the next target. So again, bearish implication, but right now we are exactly on support, and sometimes the market surprises us, so we don't know what is going to happen right on the support. So it's better to be more cautious and wait for some sort of pullback, rejection. Maybe the market is going to come here to fill this gap before it resumes the selling activity. So anyhow, for at least for today and in my opinion for the next few days, we can see some strong bullishness in the US dollar. It means it's a sell opportunity, pound USD, euro USD, Aussie USD, and buying opportunity USD yen, USD Swiss, and USD Canadian dollar. So the gold, in the gold, we still have this. We retest, as we said, we retest this trend line. The market, it's still in a downtrend. Weekly chart, it's down, lower highs and lower lows. And we are still in a downtrend. We can see some sort of retracements, but really the next strong level is this one here. The level of support, we can see some reaction here, but so far we have lower highs, lower lows on the weekly chart. We have lower highs, lower lows on the daily chart. So this has a bearish implication as well. Aussie against the Canadian dollar. I think Cherry, who I don't see today on the live, he asked if this is a head and shoulder, and the answer is it's a potential head and shoulder. This reaction here, it's good reaction. So we can say that we have this, let's see if we can use some text. We can say that we have here the head. Sorry, guys. Better draw it here. We can say that we have the head, we have the left shoulder. If the market is going to break below this neckline here, we can say that this is the right shoulder. And then we definitely going to look to target these areas down there. Okay, there is a webinar I've done a few weeks ago about the patterns, reversal and continuation patterns. And it's definitely worth having a look at that, guys. Okay, so pound JPY really still sideways. This is a non-less trendless direction in the market, so it's nothing to comment here. DAX, we are in a downtrend on the weekly chart, so this move to the upside is now over. We had this massive sell-off. The market, it opens here in the morning, so it's moving to fill up the gap, and we expect to see a test at the least at this lower point here. On the daily chart, on Friday, we had this strong impulse move. It broke below this level, and we said the next level is down here. So if we go down to the 4-hour chart, here you had we had a lot of opportunities, this bearish engulfing, this bearish engulfing here, but this bearish engulfing was so strong, was so long, which it doesn't give a favorable reward to risk ratio, so we didn't get involved with that. Now we see that the market is trying to fill up this gap, and we'll see what happened next. Good morning, Charles. Good morning, Mr. Carlos. People who just joined us now. Guys, are you interested to see any pair that we don't cover now? Kiwi, we said on Friday, this was the most clear pair to trade, and it plays out. It's still moving lower. We said that this impulse move, I told you that that was the last swing before the move up, so that's the swing here. Then we have this break of structure, we have this lower low, so we were waiting for a strong price action around this rejection here to start shorting. We didn't have an ideal price action. This was an inside candle, not a bearish engulfing, so unfortunately I didn't participate with that. Then the market make the impulse to the downside like it was during Powell speech. So we are looking for shorts anywhere at this pair here. We use our checklist. Any time frame, guys, you are trading. If you are trading 15-minute chart, 1-hour chart, please use the same checklist. You find trend, you find sort of horizontal support, resistance, trend lines, or moving averages, fib levels, and you execute your trade. So these are higher probability. Bitcoin, we put few levels on the charts. First level was here. We broke below. We said that the market can come to retest this area here, which it was the last swing. Market broke below. Now the next level, it's this one here. So if we're trying to see the pullback, which is fantastic. Traders want to see pullbacks because it gives us it gives us better areas in terms of high probability trades. Swiss JPY. We will see Swiss JPY, and we will see New Zealand Swissy. Thank you so much, guys. So any pullbacks around here, if you are using your fib levels, we want to see the retracement in a downtrend. We start from the high point to the low point, and then look at this, guys. Look at this, exactly where we have the horizontal, exactly in the area of this swing level here, this support level, however you call them. We have the 50% retracement of the Fibonacci. If the market is going to come here, we have many levels of confluence. A strong price action here will just help us to have a high probability trade and push the downside. So Swiss JPY, weekly chart, market is in an uptrend. We are approaching this strong level of resistance. So and really the market didn't give us a good level to get into the bullish side. So the retracement was very shallow. We didn't have a good area to place our stop. Now we are right at this resistance where previously we saw the market selling off. Now this is a double top, but this candle, it's still working. So we have to see On the 4-hour chart, if we see a strong rejection here, that will be a good indication to look for some short plays if you are trading this type of double tops. But really, based on the weekly chart, the market, it's in a very strong bullish momentum. So I would rather wait to clear this area here, which we have these levels here and this level here, and then we can start looking for longs, unless we're going to have a strong indication on the 4-hour chart that the market is about to reverse. Then we can participate there as well. New Zealand Swissy. Let's add it. We don't have the New Zealand Swiss here. Okay, so New Zealand Swiss. New Zealand in general shows some weakness last week. Now we are right at support on the weekly chart, exactly lying on this support. So most likely we will see some buying pressure to the upside. And let me tell you guys about this candlestick pattern here. This inside pin bar on support, most of the times it's one of the strongest reversal candlestick patterns, because it misleads the traders a lot. The market two trading days ago opens here. Buyers, they try to push all the way up, but they close at this level here. We see this rejection from the seller, but the seller didn't create a new low in the market. You see, this low here is not lower than this low here. So the sellers, they went strong to dominate this market. So the dominant side is on the buyers. That's why most of the times a pin bar right on support, especially an inside pin bar, it indicates strong buying pressure. I said most of the times, and I don't say all the time. And this happened on the weekly chart, which we know that on the weekly chart, the price action, it's much stronger than if the same price action happened on the daily or on the 4-hour chart. So on the daily chart, we have a lot of reversal divergence here if you're using divergence plays. And we can go down to the 4-hour chart. We can see some bullish engulfing right on support, which we don't see, or some double bottom, and then it will be a good indication to buy. And you can see now the difference on the JPY pairs, which the market is, the weekly, it's trending higher, but that's the weekly, but the daily is type of doing this move, gradually moving up and experience some sort of rejection around resistance. Where in this currency pair, the New Zealand Swissy, the weekly chart, it shows type of start around the support. So that can be considered as a high probability reversal on the daily chart or on the 4-hour chart. Okay, we said that we want to confirm something on the weekly chart before we go to trade against the predominant direction on the lower time frames. Okay. For those who trade EURJPY, we said that the market is just moving around this sideways range. Ideally, it doesn't give us any opportunities here to participate. We see some strength in the euro in general, so that's not really a very clear market to look at. On the 4-hour chart, it's going to just moving around this whole of resistance, this support which didn't reach. It doesn't have any clear bias. Now, if we want to start looking for longs, we have to wait for the market to clear this area here, and then we start looking for longs on the higher time frames. Lower time frame trader like 5 minutes, 15-minute chart maybe is looking already for buys, but be careful around this resistance. We can definitely see some reaction in the price. Okay. So pound Swiss still in a downtrend. Market just reaches this level here. We will see what will happen. It's not a strong indication right now to start looking for longs, and as weekly is down, daily is down, so no need to try and go against the trend just to grab a few pips on this market. Now, on the 4-hour chart, we have this divergence, if you're going to plot the MACD, and this double top, which if the price at 12 p.m. it's going to close as bullish engulfing, it's going to trigger a lot of buying activity, and we can definitely see some retest at least up to this level here. So for low risk trade, if this is going to end up as a bullish engulfing, and if it's going to stay small, it's going to give a favorable reward to risk. So we can see some strength at least around this area here. Okay, guys, I didn't see many questions today. I hope that everyone will have a wonderful trading day. Keep an eye on these setups we said. There are a lot of things to watch for this week. So I would like to wish you a good day. And as far as I don't see anything else, any questions. So guys, I will wrap up for now. Looking forward to see you on Wednesday at the same time. Thank you so much for your participation, and have a lovely day ahead. Thank you. Bye-bye.